For this occupational therapy portfolio topic, I'm going to show you how to do upper body and lower body dressing and undressing one-handed. So for this exercise, I'm going to have my left arm be my affected arm. And before I start, I just want to go through some tips and tricks for one-handed dressing. So your clothes should be laid out before you even start getting dressing, preferably in the same sequence, and it also helps to get dressed in the same sequence every day. For visual aid, you can get dressed in front of a mirror. I will show you at some point during this video how you can make use of your teeth if necessary to get dressed. A couple things to note about your clothes specifically is that if you are somebody who prefers to wear underwear, it's best to use cotton rather than nylon, as cotton is going to be more breathable. If you do use fasteners on any of your clothing, such as a bra, a front fastener would be easiest as it can be easily seen and reached. Velcro can replace any buttons or other difficult fasteners. And if you're any type of pants that you wear or underwear, skirts, shorts, an elastic waistband will be of use. It can help you to put on the pants by having an elastic waistband. So I don't have a tie to show you here today, but if you're somebody who wears a tie, it's best to keep the tie always tied. You can also replace the back of the tie with an elastic band and keeping the tie tied always. So today I'm going to start by putting on a bra. So two different ways you can do this, whichever one you prefer, is you can use a bra, an elastic band bra, such as a sports bra or a regular clasping bra. So first I'm going to show you the elastic banded bra, such as my sports bra here. So I'm going to scoot to the edge of my bed and have my hand in the middle here while I have this laid out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang down and put that first arm in. I'm always going to dress my affected arm first, and then I'm going to slip my second arm into its correct hole, and then just right over the head there, and I'm going to pull it down. So when it comes to donning such as a sports bra or any shirt or garment that will go over the head, you can either so you're gonna dress the affected arm first, and then you can either put it over your head first or put the second arm in first. Those two are reversible, whichever you find most comfortable for you. Now I'm gonna show you how to put on a clasping bra. This one clasps in the back. I don't have one that clasps in the front. If you have a smaller bust, what you can do is you can have your bra pre-clasped and you can actually put it on just the way I put on the sports bra, by putting the affected arm in first and then my second arm and then over the head. But this time I'm going to show you how to clasp your bra in case you don't have a smaller bust or in case you just don't prefer to do it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the bra around my back, and I'm going to use the weight of my affected arm to sort of hold that in place. Then I'm going to feel around the back. For the bra, I'm also trying to feel to make sure that when I grab the bra, it's not twisted in any way. And so I'm just going to reach it over. And again, I'm using the weight of my affected arm to hold it in place. Now that I have it clasped, I'm just gonna twist it around, and I'm gonna reach this strap down. Just super simple and easy to get it on the affected arm first, then into my unaffected arm, just like that. And that's a couple different ways that you can put on a bra one-handed. Now I'll be showing you how to don a garment that goes over your head. So for mine, I'm going to be showing you with a t-shirt. Again, my left arm is my affected arm. So I have my t-shirt here, and I'm going to lay it out. Make sure I can see that it is correctly laid out. It's face down so that the front of the shirt will end up correctly on the front of me. And then I'm going to have, again, I'm going to put my affected arm down in between my legs here. And I'm going to go ahead and slide that arm into the shirt, which was pretty easy for me to do, to find the armhole, since I had already laid the shirt out correctly and unfolded and just laid it out flat on my lap. So I've got that arm in there, and now what I'm going to do is pull it up onto my shoulder. I can then go ahead and put it on my head, just like that. I'm going to pull it down a little bit to make it easier. And then I can go ahead and put my unaffected arm in. Pull everything down. Again, the step 2 and 3 of putting the shirt on over the head and then putting the unaffected arm in can be reversed, whichever way feels comfortable for you. You can put the head in first and then the second arm, or you can put the second arm in first and then on over the head. Now I'm going to show you how to don a button-up shirt or any sort of shirt or jacket that instead of going over the head just goes up one sleeve and then reach around the back for the other. So for this example, I do have a button-up sleeve, and again, my left arm is my affected arm. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is cuffing your sleeves. So for any sleeves that have cuffs on them, I would want to maybe replace any of the buttons with Velcro. Use a loop of elastic to put the button into instead of the small hole, as that can be kind of difficult for people. Or to put a piece of elastic between two buttons. Again, and so I would have a button here instead of the hole, and I could put an elastic band between the two buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, with my one hand here, I'm just going to do up my buttons. And then when I go to actually button up the shirt, I will show you how to use my, my button aid to do up the buttons of the shirt. Okay, so now I have my cuffs done. So what I'm gonna do is, again, just like the t-shirt, I wanna lay this out flat onto my lap here so that it's not folded, so that I'm not struggling to find the sleeve of the shirt. So I have it here. I'm gonna put this hand, my affected arm, in between my legs and just kind of dangle it there. So I have located the sleeve that my affected arm is going to go into, and I'm just going to drop it down and kind of just let that arm dangle into that sleeve. I'm going to pull it up onto my shoulder here, just lean back, adjust as needed to. I might pull my hand the rest of the way through to give me some more fabric that I can grab at the top. And what I'm going to do is, since I have it up here, with my strong hand, I'm going to try to get the rest of the fabric of this shirt as far over to the other side of my back as I can. And then I currently have no issues or limitations with this arm, so I can easily just reach behind me and slide this arm in just like that. But in the case that maybe I do have some limitations or difficulties with range of motion in my right arm, which is my unaffected arm, I can use this dressing stick that I've simply created out of a metal hanger. And if I couldn't reach behind my back, what I could do is I could use the hanger to reach behind me and grab some of the fabric, just like this, and I can try to bring it up onto my shoulder, like that, okay? And then what I could do is, now that I've got it up here, without having to reach all the way behind my back like that, I now have my button-up shirt on. And now I'm going to show you how you can use a button hook to help you do your buttons if doing your buttons one-handed is too difficult for you. So the way that this is going to work is I simply made this one out of a pen, some tape, and a paper clip that I unfolded and refolded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the hook through the hole for the button, and then I'm going to pull on it to get the button through the hole, just like that, and then I'm going to push the hook back to release the button. And so this is how you can dress yourself one-handed with a button-down shirt with or without a dressing stick, and I have also shown you how to use a button hook. Now I'm going to show you how to don your underwear and your pants. So here I'm going to go ahead and grab my underwear. Again, something to mention is that if you do wear underwear, cotton is better than nylon as cotton's more breathable. Now to start, if I did have an affected leg, I would dress that leg first by crossing it over the other knee. However, in this example, I don't have an affected leg, but I'm going to go ahead and cross my leg over to first put this foot specifically in its correct place in the underwear. And then I'm going to put that back down, pull that up. I can then raise what would be my unaffected leg if that was this example, and place that in the other side. Now what I'm going to do is I would pull them up as far as possible. Now there's two ways to do this and two ways to think about it. If your balance is good, what you can do is lean against the bed to pull your underwear up the rest of the way. Again, this is recommended if your balance is good. But if your balance is not good, something that they recommend is, so I have my underwear pulled up to where I can get it. Next, what I would do is lay down on the bed with my knees bent, and I'm gonna push my feet into the bed to raise my hips up off the bed, and then I can pull them up this way. Okay, so now I have my underwear on, and again, we're doing this one-handed with my right arm being my unaffected arm. So now I'm going to show you how to put on your pants. Same thing as your underwear. Consider if you have an affected leg, dress that leg first. So I'm going to go ahead and cross my first leg over my other leg, and I'm going to pull as much of the fabric on as I can. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that other leg. And if you're gonna stand, it's recommended that you get your feet through the bottom hole so that when you stand, you're not standing on the fabric. Again, if my balance is good, I'm gonna stand, lean against the bed, pull my pants up the rest of the way, using the bed for support. And if my balance is not good, I'm going to, again, have them pulled up as much as I can while I'm here. Then I'm going to lay down with my knees bent, push my heels into the bed to raise my hips off of the bed, and I'm then going to pull the pants up the rest of the way. So this is how to put on your underwear and your pants one-handed. Now I'm going to put on my socks, and the way that I can do that is if I do have a weak leg, what I would do is lift that leg up over the other leg. A different option is if you had a footstool, you could also put your foot up on the footstool. I don't have one here, so I'm going to go ahead and cross this leg over the other leg, grab my sock. I'm going to try to get the opening of that sock nice and wide and open, make sure to get all my toes in there, and then once I do that, I can just work the sock up to be completely on my foot. And then again, with the other leg, go ahead and cross it over, get all of my toes inside the sock, and then just tug in each direction and adjust the way I need to. And now I have my socks on. Now I'm going to show you how to tie your shoes one-handed. So I have a tennis shoe here. I've already gone ahead and taken the lace out of my shoe. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is create a knot at one of the ends of your laces. Now I mentioned earlier in the video that you can use your teeth whenever necessary to dress yourself. This might be an area where some people might do that. I'm able to sort of make the knot here on my thigh, but then some people may use their teeth to hold on. Just like that. So now I have my knot. So now I'm going to take the free end of my lace and I'm going to lace it in the first hole. You want to start near your toes and work your way up. So I have my left arm is my affected arm. I don't have any effects on my legs, so I'm going to go ahead and use those to hold on to my shoe. There's different ways you can do this. A lot of getting dressed one-handed has to do with figuring out what works best for you. So holding on to the shoe definitely with my feet definitely makes this a lot easier for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a couple of these. And as you can see, the shoe is definitely kind of tighter than I would probably want it to be. As you can tell, it's all bunched up. So again, for me, I actually like to put my foot in once I've got a couple of them done, so that I can make sure I'm not making it unreasonably tight to where I couldn't get my foot in one-handed when the time came. So now that I've got my foot in, I can easily do it this way and I can tighten as I go. So again, I'm going just like a zigzag pattern, back and forth across to each hole for the lace, tightening as I go, back and forth. And as I get to each side, I'm actually going up to the next hole instead of across. I have seen, however, that some people do this a little differently, where they do just go back and forth to the crisscross pattern. Again, however works for you. Now when I get to the last hole of the shoe, I want to take the free end and I want to go from the outside of the hole to the inside. So now I have my shoes all laced up. I can go ahead and tighten it just by pulling on the strings where need be. My shoe's nice and tight. So now what I'm going to do is I have the free end of my lace here. I'm going to go ahead and make a loop with my one hand. I'm going to loop it underneath one of the straps. Okay, pull it like that. Now what I'm going to do is through the loop, I'm going to grab the free end of my lace and I'm going to just pull up on it. And now I've got this nice little knot here that I've tied it with. And so I've got a lot of excess here. I'm going to go ahead and just tuck the excess just right in the top of my shoe here, wherever is comfortable for you. And now my shoe is nice and tied and I'm ready to go, and I did this all one-handed. Now, for a recommendation, if the tying doesn't work for you, Velcro straps instead of laces are a great option. I've also got some other options here. Just slip-on shoes are a great option as well. I like the Crocs as a good non-slip option, but there's also cuter options as well, such as moccasins for slip-on shoes. Any sort of boots tend to be slip-on, so if the laces aren't for you, that's okay. There's a lot of great slip-on options as well.